Hello, y'all. This is Julian Rico. Welcome to episode number 6 of the NFL predictions. We go to the NFC North, which is the division that a lot of expectations on that division. Keep an eye on that division. Never know. Let's start in fourth place. You got the Minnesota Vikings, and this prediction doesn't have to. It doesn't matter what record it is. It's where I place them in fourth, third, second, or first. But here's what I got. I got the Vikings in fourth. I think Sam Darnold is going to do great in Minnesota. What's it going to take an underdog team like the Vikings to win the division with a quarterback who has been struggling over the past years? His rookie year with the Jets didn't go well. With the Panthers, it didn't go well either. With the 49ers, with the Kyle Shanahan offense, it was learning process. He only started one game for the 49ers. And now he's going to a Kevin O'Connell offense that is going to produce with the new running back in Aaron Jones, um, Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison, and they're looking for a number 3 receiver. And then TJ Hawkinson, who we'll hope to see if he can be healthy, should be in part of that Sam Darnold offensive mix. I'm excited of the new Vikings defense. Of course, Daniil Hunter is gone. You get Jonathan Gernard from the Texans, Andrew Van Ginkel from the Dolphins. Um, and then, of course, the latest, you signed Stephon Gilmore to go alongside with Byron Murphy in his second year with Minnesota. Also spending time with Harrison Smith, a Pro Bowler, a future Hall of Famer for Minnesota. Uh, but my question is going to be is how long will Sam Darnold be the quarterback? Now, of course, JJ McCarthy's out for the season, so that does mean that Sam Darnold will start. But I'm a little cautious of confusion of maybe why Darnold's going to be QB1 this season, and next season we can expect JJ next year. So here's the worst scenario. The worst scenario is if Sam Darnold does not go, if the Sam Darnold offense does not really go in the right direction, and defense without Daniil Hunter and Jordan Hicks, and that isn't everything goes wrong. I have them a 5-12 floor, and I think it's only because Sam Darnold is their quarterback, but that doesn't matter. He's probably going to get a lot of wins in Minnesota, and if he does do this Jordan Love season, or um, I'm thinking of other quarterbacks who've done this kind of stuff, um, but I think like Jordan Love, um, Aaron Rodgers when he was a young Aaron Rodgers with Brett Favre. Um, it's going to be interesting Vikings team, but here's the best scenario. If the Vikings defense crashes the party and does help win games, then Sam Darnold could probably be a Pro Bowler to Justin Jefferson, and that offense is clicking. I'm going to give them an 8-9. Not much of playoff, no playoffs with them, but 8-9 would be their ceiling because of Sam Darnold with his new weapons. He's going to get a good weapon group with Jordan Addison and Justin Jefferson, but also including TJ Hawkinson, and then your running back Aaron Jones. I could see this Vikings team in a good position of maybe winning 8 games. But for me, I think it's going to be between 5 or 6 wins, but I'm going to go 5-12 for the Vikings. All right. It's time for the number 3rd place. And I think you might be thinking, are you crazy? You're not putting this team in the playoffs? It's the Chicago Bears. Okay, now I'm going to be this for real. All expectations is Caleb Williams. Can we just chill and relax and just see what he looks in the regular season, here is where I'm going right here. And here is why. I think Caleb Williams is going to have the greatest rookie season, maybe behind CJ and Dak Prescott. But my question for Caleb Williams is he going to be the Bears' savior to lead the Bears to a Super Bowl? Well, you look at their offense. They got DeAndre Swift. DJ Moore gets an extension with the Bears. Keenan Allen is coming from the Chargers. Third wide receiver. This is where I'm really confused. Who's your number 3 wide receiver? Who is it? But then you have Cole Kmet, Gerald Everett coming in for the Chargers. Shane Waldron coming from Seattle as your new offense coordinator. He did great with quarterbacks like Russell Wilson, Geno Smith, and now he's going to do it with Caleb Williams. There's something about ups and downs with Caleb Williams. If you go to 2 years ago, his Heisman year, that is where Bears fans should look at. That's what Bears fans want. But if you look at last season's USC season, look what happened in the last 6 games of their season. That is where that's where I am, because there's going to be some ups and downs in Chicago. They're going to probably win games like Green Bay, Minnesota, but there are going to be big boys like the Lions, who I think the Lions are still the best team in the NFC North. But now let's talk about their defense. Their defense is still going to be good. They add Darrell Taylor. I think Darrell Taylor from the Seahawks in the trade. Chris Williams, the D-tackle from the Browns, got traded to the Bears. And you look at their Bears defense. Interesting. Jalen Johnson gets an extension. He's probably going to be a Pro Bowler, and he's going to make it to the top 100 next year. I think the players to keep an eye on is Montez Sweat. How's he going to look in his first full season with the Bears? Kyle Gordon, Jaquan Brisker, they're going to have to step up if they want to be like all-pro corner like Jalen Johnson. So here's where the worst scenario comes in. If Caleb Williams goes like last season, and I said it before, and I'm staying with the last season's Caleb Williams year, and the defense is not going what they're expecting, the floor is 7-10, and I would be shocked for this result, because it's not going to be Eberflus's fault. It's not going to be the offense fault. It's that Caleb Williams is extending the play too much, and that is where I am right now. Now, Bears fans, you want to go? Now, Bears fans, are you ready for the best scenario? If Caleb Williams is the next Patrick Mahomes, and we're not saying he's going to win a Super Bowl this year. If he's the next Patrick Mahomes, let's say Romo Dunze, I forgot about him. He's a 1,000-yard receiver with Keenan Allen, DJ Moore, and the defense is clicking. This is a 10-7 team, and again, their schedule is still brutal. Okay, you still have to play the Packers, your rivals. They can probably beat them. The Lions is another one. I think Minnesota could get them trouble. With Justin Jefferson and Sam Darnold on offense. That is where I am right now. But I think my prediction is going to be 8-9. I think they're close. I just think they're not. I think next year we'll see them winning the division, and then can they make a deeper run to the NFC Championship game and say, Caleb Williams, you're the future of the Chicago Bears. And I'm going to keep an eye on those Bears, because you know why? This is my logo. And this logo means you took everything. You took my first overall pick, which, and doesn't matter because we got Bryce Young. And then Caleb Williams is going to Chicago. Great. But that's out of the way. That's in the past. Overall, it's the future. I think the Bears are going to go 8-9. I think they're close, but not this year. But next year, I expect next year to bring in some defensive key players to win the division next year. Which leads me to the Green Bay Packers in second. And I think this is the Packers team that I think they're going to surprise us this year. I think the moves they made is you get Jordan Love. Josh Jacobs is going to come in to replace Aaron Jones. And I thought they should have kept Aaron Jones. Think about it. Aaron Jones and Josh Jacobs, a monster duo in Lambeau Field. That would be awesome. I love what they did with Christian Watson. I think he needs to stay healthy. Jalen Reed has been really incredible. Romeo Dobbs, Luke Musgrave, Tucker Kraft. I think Tucker Kraft could have a big breakout year. Offensive line is going to be a little new. Of course, David Bakhtiari gone. They did draft Jordan Morgan in the first round. He's probably going to play left tackle unless they did lose Ron Reagan from in the guard position. He's now with the Giants. They could probably place him at guard. But this Packers team, I think the offense is going to be okay. Worry is the defense. The defense have a lot of upgrades. Of course, Kenny Clark is going to be back. Preston Smith is coming back. They don't have Javondre Campbell, but Quay Walker is going to have to step up to replace Javondre Campbell. Xavier McKinney is an interesting signing. He's going to be alongside Jair Alexander. I'm a little interesting about Keyshawn Nix at corner. He has to step up. I know he's a good kickoff returner, punt returner, but he needs to show up as a corner. Jeff Hafley is the new defensive coordinator. I'm interested in what this Packers defense is going to look like under Jeff Hafley. And if this Packers team can probably scare the Lions or maybe the Bears, this Packers team could make a run to the Super Bowl. You never know. Shout out to Tom Grassi. Here's the worst scenario. And the worst scenario is if Jordan Love, this reminds me of like Geno Smith type season. Okay, like when Geno Smith beat the Broncos, he won comeback for the year. And then the last season, it's been a rough injury year and they missed the playoffs. If this happens, Jordan Love goes down. Jordan Love's offense not going well. Why? Because injuries, offensive line is not going well. And Jeff Hafley's defense is at least everything goes wrong. Okay, that's what I'll just say. This is I will say a 8-9 team, and it's only because everything goes wrong. But if the Packers, the best scenario, if the Packers can beat Detroit and they still sweep the Bears, and that's if that happens, and Jordan Love wins MVP and defense with Jeff Hafley is a Super Bowl contender, this is I will say an 11-6 team, and they could probably be right in the corner of the NFC North Division. So overall, I think my prediction 9-8, and the Packers will go to the playoffs. All right, and then the Lions. Let's go to the Lions. Division winners, and this is only because they're the Lions. They want to go back to the NFC Championship game and get that Super Bowl. Last year was a Cinderella story, great story, but let's overlook. Offense is still going to be the same. Of course, Jonah Jackson is gone. They signed Kevin Zeitler from the Ravens. I think you look at guys like Jahmyr Gibbs, David Montgomery, they're going to be really good. Amon-Ra is going to be a Pro Bowler, all-time pro. Jameson Williamson has to step up. Who's going to step up at number 3? Somebody has to step up in Detroit at number 3. And then Sam Laporta. How about that? You lose TJ Hawkinson, and then Sam Laporta is going to be like best tight end. Wow. But this is where the change came in. Defense. I love the moves of DJ Reader coming in the middle to join Aiden Hutchinson. Corners, Terrion Arnold, Inside Registraw, rookies. Those are going to help Carlton Davis, who's the new acquisition from the Bucs. That is going to help this defense really be that good defense. And can they make a run to the Super Bowl? I think this team has got a shot to run to the Super Bowl, but it's got to come down to can they go up against these good opponents like the Eagles, the 49ers. They have to show what they can do. They got it, and I think they can do it. Worst scenario, if the season is not what they expected, let's say a home loss to the Rams, and the deep and injuries are infecting their season. This is a 9-8 team, and it's only because if injuries affect their season. But if the Lions rise to the occasion and they are a legitimate Super Bowl contender, they're going to be a 12-5 team, and they're going to win the division, maybe in the hunt for the number one seed in the NFC. Overall, I think the Lions will go 11-6. Lions back-to-back NFC North Division champs. That is it for today, and we will find out, of course, tomorrow. Which NFC we got to get. We're getting closer to the NFL season, but as always, we'll see you guys in the next one. Hit the like button, subscribe to my channel. We'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.